what would you say to people who are kind of, I don't know, on the fence with their status and wishing that they were married, and feel like, how would you counsel people that are like that?
Well, first, I would say beware of what I call in my Single at Heart book the magical, mythical, romantic partner. And often when people, pine after a romantic partner and wish they were coupled or wish they were married, what they have in mind is this person, this magical, mythical, romantic partner who's always attentive, always there when you need them, always wants the same amount and kind of sex that you do at the same
Right.
time that you do, is great in bed, never strays. It's the person in later life who's always there when you've fallen and can't get up, and they're the
Right.
ones who are never sick themselves and never sick of you.
That is amazing. That whole, is that exact passage in the book, or is that just
Not
off the
that
top of your
exact
head?
passage, but
Well,
at
if you
that
ever do an
idea.
update, I think you should toss that in there, because you're
Thank
right.
you.
It romanticizes every
Yes,
single level of
yes,
coupledom. There's no room
yes,
for gray area. There's no
yeah,
even room for the other person's individuation.
yes.
They're just there to be exactly what you
Mm-hmm.
want. And I think we all
Yeah,
make. Oh, there was actually a study that came out not too long ago, I think, that says every person in a relationship slowly tries to turn the person that they're into the person that they want them to be.
yes,
Right.
right,
And so
yes.
that, in general, if that's just how
Uh-huh.
we operate,
Yeah,
then in general, that's going to be a reduction in someone's freedom and sense of self.
right,
And so, unless
right.
we start teaching kids, and I think we should start teaching kids in elementary school and continue into high school, about what our emotions are like in a relationship, how to
Yes.
exist in a relationship. When everyone is ready to get married, instead of going to the church to have an unmarried priest tell you how to live your life in a marriage, which is,
Yeah,
it's one of the funniest things of all
it
time for
is.
me.
It
But like,
is.
you should actually be sent to a couples counselor to assess what your relationship is like, and
Mm-hmm.
then say, okay, if you're going to get married, these are the things you need to start working on now, so you can flourish. Instead, we just throw
Yeah.
people in the deep end at 25
Mm-hmm.
years old and
Yeah.
say, go live the rest of your life and
Mm-hmm.
raise more humans. And it's kind
Yeah.
of absurd.
Yeah. And you know what else we should be teaching people from very early on is that single life is a totally respectable life to choose. And we should teach the skills to be on your own, to appreciate solitude. Parents and teachers and other people are so worried when
Mm,
kids don't spend enough time with other kids, when they're in their own space. And for some, if they're being ostracized, that's a big problem. But
right.
some are really happy. They can play by themselves and be entertained and not need to be with other kids. And that should be seen as a strength, not something to worry about.